I have been at Loughborough University for 1 year now, and I've had a good taste of university experience in the UK. So in this video, I'll try to answer the question, is university worth it? And this answer can be applied to all UK universities, hopefully covering people in a multitude of different scenarios with different career hopes. Firstly, it depends on you, and I know that's not a useful answer yet, but let me dig a bit deeper. When I first thought of this idea, I was trying to work out whether university in the UK is more advantageous or disadvantageous. But I ended up coming to the conclusion that it really depends on the person and their career hopes. Now I know what you'll reply to this. You'll say, Spencer, for me, that's irrelevant, as I expect many of you who are watching this video don't really know what you want to do yet. You might have an idea, but you probably don't have a fixed vision. And there's no shame in that. Most people who are looking to start university are in their late teens. We're still young and we're still trying to work out the world, so there's no shame in not knowing what you want to do. But just to cover this point, if you are someone who's got a fixated vision on a career and you're looking to start a career in a certain field that requires a degree, this would be something like medicine, then of course university is worth it. It is more likely that you are going to need the degree to continue in your career hopes. But if you've got a fixated vision into a field that may not need a degree, this would be jobs such as trade jobs, possibly like electrician or plumbing, then an apprenticeship is probably a better option, and it's more likely that you won't need to go to university, or that university isn't the right step for you. However, these are two extremes on the spectrum, and most people are in between this. They don't really know. The degree for the people in the middle may be necessary, it might not be necessary. So what do you do? Well, if you don't know, I would suggest that you go to university, and I'll explain why. University buys you time. It buys you crucial time at a crucial age. It gives you multiple years to study around the subject of your interest and to develop other interests and other skills whilst you're there, with not too much responsibility of things such as bills or taxes. And I really believe this is the best advantage of uni to someone who doesn't really know what they want to do. It's pretty important. University offers so many good opportunities and so many good experiences. But these experiences aren't just academic, they're also through leisure, they're also through volunteering, sport, they're through travel, networking. You've got so many opportunities open to you. And you're also in a situation where you've entered a community with multiple people in a similar age to you. And that's also important for developing relationships, not just romantic, but also friendships. Plus, I'd like to add what Jordan Peterson replies to this question. He asks, what's the alternative to university? What is the alternative if you don't know? And then he answers that question saying, well, your alternative to university, if you don't know what you want to do, should be as hard or harder than university itself, otherwise you're kind of cheating. If you do something that's not as hard, it shows your desire for an easier path, which we both know will not lead to success in the long run. So whilst you're having this internal debate with yourself about, well, should I go to university? Any alternative ideas that you come up with, which could be a possibility for you instead of university, you should really think through, and as Peterson says, have a vision that justifies your decision. It really has to be something that's going to be worthwhile if university isn't chosen. So I think what we've concluded there is that definitely university can be worthwhile for someone who doesn't know. It really can. But this brings me on to the next point. You've got to use your time wisely. The worst thing you can do in this scenario is waste your time at uni. I guess that would be the equivalent to choosing an easier path instead of going to university. If you want to make this a period of time where you develop yourself and work out or get closer to what you want to do with your life, then you really have to grab the opportunity that university provides with both hands. First of all, academically, take a deep interest in your course, and if you find that the course you've signed up for isn't the right course for you, try not to waste any time and get into a different one and find the right course for you. Because once you take a deep interest, you can really start to see what you enjoy and what you want to focus your time on, what you even would like to have as a job later on after university. What job could you see yourself enjoying? And this means doing the boring stuff. It means attending lectures, it means doing assignments, it means doing the readings. But also away from academics, get involved in societies. Get involved in things that interest you, anything that interests you. Just throw yourself into it and see if you like it or not. That's something I've learned. That's something I certainly wish I did more in the first year, and it's something I'm planning to do more in the second year. And also going back to the earlier point that university is a place where you've got tons and tons of people who are in a similar age to you. Use that opportunity as well to develop your social skills and meet people who you would like to spend time with, do events together. This doesn't mean necessarily getting involved in nightlife if that isn't your scene. For me, that isn't necessarily my scene. That's not the only social side to university. A massive social side is first of all through societies, but also through just meeting people in your block, having lunch with them, doing stuff with them. Make sure you do that, and once again, that's something I'll be looking to do more in the second year. I guess what I'm trying to get at is that university doesn't put things on a plate for you like school does. I mean, school kind of does it. The teachers really track if you're doing your work or not. University doesn't care. It doesn't care if you're doing your work. It doesn't care if you're involving yourself socially. It's like life, and in that sense, you have a lot more responsibility over your choices and what you do with your time at university. And that's why I highly suggest that if you do take the route of university, it is certainly a worthwhile endeavour, as long as you don't waste your time. Debt, I'll quickly go over this. I expect many of you will have questions around debt and what that means, and if that makes any sort of difference to the attractiveness of the university offer. Yes, it's undeniable. Debt is a major part of university, but does it really matter? What are the consequences of this university debt? Well, let me tell you that there's not very many consequences. You see, university debt doesn't act like a normal debt. It acts more like a additional income tax, which over a certain threshold currently adds 9% to your income tax threshold. And then over a temporary amount of time, 40 years to be exact, it is slowly paid off. And if it isn't paid off in this 40 years, then it goes away anyway. But does student debt have any impact on your ability to get a loan, to apply for a mortgage, or does it have any impact on your credit score? No, it doesn't. It doesn't at all. So unless the additional 9% income tax really bothers you, then debt isn't something that you need to be worried about. At least it isn't the main concern when making this decision. Well, hopefully this video cleared your vision, even if it takes a bit more consideration. For a while I debated going to university before being accepted by Loughborough, but my main debate in my head was how valuable is the degree going to be, which isn't something I've touched on in the video yet. What must be understood is that employers more and more are valuing skills over grades, or numbers and letters on a page. But what you have to understand is that a degree shows a lot of skill and experience, and that's why they're attractive. But linking to the earlier point, if you can use university to develop even more skills and have even more experiences, then your CV is going to look even better, and you're going to be more attractive to employers. The reason the value of the degree is falling is because more and more people are getting degrees. So if you can make yourself stand out and not just have the skills and the experience that a degree shows, but also further ones by developing different skills as I've spoken about, then that is definitely going to make university worthwhile for you. As an example, skills such as language learning or doing further education on a course online. This whilst partaking in hobbies and playing sport and travelling. I mean, this is what I do. It doesn't mean that's what you have to do, but you get the idea. I should say a small amount of time at university isn't going to suddenly just make you realise your full career path and where you're going. It's very hard to plan for future events. We obviously all don't know what's around the corner. And this realisation of what you want to do is a slow process, and to be completely honest, I'm still not entirely sure on my path. But I can tell you this right now, I am a lot clearer right now than I was before going to university, and that's because I've taken a deeper interest in the course I've taken. I'm lucky to have developed a deeper interest in the course I've taken, and lucky to have enjoyed it on my first try with a course. I guess there's been many people I know that have changed course in the year. But yes, I certainly know where to put more of my attention, and I certainly have a clearer vision. And I'm sure over the next 2-3 years that this will only become clearer. And I feel like if you're watching this video, it shows something about you. It shows that you're not aimless. It shows that you have a curiosity and a care for your own future, which is only going to put you onto the right steps as you really care about what you want to be doing. And there's many who do not have this and attend university with little direction and purpose, and those are usually the people that waste their time there. As the great Stoic philosopher Seneca said, if a man knows not to which port he sails, no wind is favourable. I don't want it to come across that I've got it all figured out, because I certainly don't, I'm only young myself, but I feel like this mentality is important and is certainly helping in my progress, and if that helps any of you out there, then that's great. So I hope this video helped. Subscribe if you're new and share the channel, and I wish you the best of luck in whatever decision you make. Goodbye.